This week on LongShotTV,
Baby found the arrow. Almost a complete bud pass through.
Yeah, some great meat out of him all winter long.
Oh, I just heard a bull about a couple hundred yards out here.
Good morning and welcome to LongShotTV. Today's episode, we're going elk hunting in southwest Colorado. Every year, for about the last 5 years, I get with my older brother, my younger brother, and now my girlfriend's been going out there with me.
Guys, here we are, first morning, packing up for the elk hunt. Hopefully, you guys are going to be watching us shoot a big elk on video.
Colorado.
We all met out there in Montrose, Colorado with an outfitter by the name of Doug Flowers. Doug has been outfitting in Colorado for over 25 years. The first morning after we got all of our gear and got all of our groceries and everything that we needed for about a 6-day hunt.
Michelle, what do you think of it?
We drove up to Doug's. He's got a 40-acre plot right in the National Forest. We get up there, he's got a beautiful camp. He's got the horses and the mules and everything up there ready for us to go. We pack up. It takes us a couple hours, but we're normally really excited at this time. It takes us about 2.5 hours. We're on these horses. Usually it regulates to about 6 miles going back into our primitive drop camp. It's an adventure every time we go there because most of the horses haven't really been ridden since the following year, and so they're a little bit more spookier, and so it's actually a pretty exciting ride in. Once we get to our drop camp, we set up, we get ready for the week's hunt. The outfitter leaves, and we're all set up. The first morning we get up, we all split up, we all go our different ways in search of finding the best sign that we can possibly find. And most of the time, most of the elk are pretty much in the same areas year after year after year. But we split up the first morning, we hunt all day. We actually hike up, even way up on top of the mountains, and some of the areas you can see 40 or 50 miles. It's actually very, very beautiful. When you're about 6 miles away from camp, a lot of times you can see storms coming in, and sometimes they'll either come in or they won't, or they blow over. But a lot of anticipation or a lot of anxiety, I should say, about whether you're going to get rained on or not. So you also have to take a lot of gear with you. After the first couple days, really didn't have a lot of luck finding any elk. A lot of sign, but really no evidence or no visual contact, I should say. The third morning, we got up and we said, well, this morning we're actually not going to walk 2 or 3 miles away from camp. We're going to kind of get in an area where we know that they feed a lot in, and we get set up, and we stay there for about an hour or so, and all of a sudden we spot two pretty nice bulls.
This segment of LongShot TV was brought to you in part by Judd Coon Chevrolet.
You don't just want a truck, you want a Judd Coon custom lift truck. In stock now at Judd Coon Chevrolet in Little River. 6-inch lifts, chrome wheels, real tree camo fender flares. And you can check them out at Judd Coon Chevrolet. Judd Coon's Build-A-Truck is the first choice for hunters, outdoor enthusiasts, and folks that just won't settle for second best. Come in to Judd Coon Chevrolet in Little River or call 877-977-8782 to schedule a test drive. Buildatruck.net.
One of the downsides of owning your own business here in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, is the odds are stacked against me. I know. It's only a matter of time before a disaster strikes again. That's the reason why I trust Tillman Insurance Agency.
Tillman Insurance is located at 905 2nd Avenue North here in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Check out the number below for any of your auto, home, business, life insurance needs.
Dedication to innovation. One bow. The most accurate technology. One cam. When the reward is within range. One moment. A name you can rely on. One choice. Matthews.
Crestcom is now offering our customers a new reason to smile. It's our totally free checking. And when we say free, we mean free. Totally free checking means free online banking, free online bill pay, free MasterCard debit card, free first order of checks. You'll even receive a free gift when you open an account. To sign up for totally free checking, visit any of our Crestcom Bank locations throughout Myrtle Beach and Charleston. Crestcom Bank, have a nice bank.
We spot two pretty nice bulls. They fed all the way towards us, and there was a bigger bull behind the smaller bull, and as they were feeding towards us, I noticed that the smaller bull was really getting downwind of us, and when I looked around and saw the larger bull, and that's the bull that my girlfriend was actually filming, and that's the one that I wanted to shoot. When he really got nervous, I knew that the smaller bull had actually winded us, and so I knew I had to make a quick shot. So I pull up with my Matthews. The bigger elk really knew something was up, stood at attention, and I knew I had to make a quick shot, and I didn't have a great shot at him at that point in time, so I looked over at the smaller elk. I took a shot.
Through here.
Look at this blood. Right here.
Cool. Baby found the arrow. Almost a complete blood pass through. Good job, baby. We looked for that for about 30 minutes before we found him.
Wow.
We were very, very excited to shoot an ice elk there in the Rockies with a bow and arrow in our Matthews.
You come in the Rockies and get a stick and a string and put it through elk of any kind. I mean, you're very fortunate to be able to do this.
After you make a kill, the next hardest part is actually cutting him up and taking him out. But we've got an outfitter named Doug Flowers that's coming in here. He's sending his #1 guy, Billy, come in and get us or get the elk. He'll take him out and pack him out, and we'll get some great meat out of him all winter long. It's another one of the reasons we do love to hunt, is we do love to eat the meat. It's great for us. We're going to pack this thing out a little ways so that the guide can find it. We're going to ribbon this right here all the way to the trail. He'll pick up the ribbon, he'll come right here and pick him up. Well, one more day, back out of here, back to the real world. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Well, we should go fishing tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll try to fish tomorrow. Maybe this evening. Colorado's got a great population. Their department does a great job with the wildlife department, allowing out-of-state hunters to come in here and harvest. They said, I think there's over 350,000 elk in the state of Colorado, the largest elk herd in the United States. Oh, not a lot.
Who got this one that I couldn't get?
Uncle Chris. Is that Jack or Jill?
This one.
Tom.
From the three of us that were actually in there, both myself and my younger brother actually killed this past year, so we had an incredible hunt.
This segment of LongShotTV was brought to you in part by Atlantic Heating and Cooling.
It's so hot, our AC went down, but who to call in this beach town? That cool mascot, but what's the name? What would the penguin say? Atlantic Heating and Cooling, Atlantic Heating and Cooling, that's what the penguin says!
Call now for amazing Carrier lease purchase financing. No credit check needed. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Atlantic Heating and Cooling. Be cool, y'all.
Some of the best fishing is found right here off the coast of the Carolinas. Voyager deep sea fishing and dolphin cruises are located conveniently here in North Myrtle Beach. Voyager fishing fleet has 4 different vessels ranging from 44 to 100 feet and offer many different trips to fit any budget. Find us on the web at supervoyagerdeepseafishing.com or call us direct at 843-626-4900. Call and book your trip today.
My claim to fame is fresh and local seafood. A grouper sandwich or a grouper dinner, you can't beat it. This is what we use in our restaurant, and this is what has made us famous. Whether it's grouper or fresh catch of the day, we'll prepare it the way you want, whether a sandwich or dinner or blackened or grilled or fried.
All right, you guys have a crab leg special over here of 3 pounds.
It's usually 1 to 2 day old fish. Weight is packed out on a long shot charter fishing boat and comes right into crab catches, as fresh as can be.
Crestcom Bank is now offering our customers a new reason to smile. It's our totally free checking. And when we say free, we mean free. Totally free checking means free online banking, free online bill pay, free MasterCard debit card, free first order of checks. You'll even receive a free gift when you open an account. To sign up for totally free checking, visit any of our Crestcom Bank locations throughout Myrtle Beach and Charleston. Presscom Bank. Have a nice bank.
My dad actually used to go on that trip with all of us, but the elevation at 9,000 feet and into a primitive camp, and this year he actually turned 79. A little bit tough on a 79-year-old. He still loves the elk hunt. But we fly over into New Mexico and hunt there on a ranch of about 30,000 acres. The first morning, we were excited about our trip.
Good morning. Welcome to LongShotTV of New Mexico.
We do a lot of scouting. We actually have a 30,000 acre ranch that we actually get to drive actually a vehicle around the whole entire ranch, and we stop off and look at different signs, look at some watering holes, and try to see where the elk are moving.
Good morning. This is our first morning up here. My dad and I, it's our annual trip to New Mexico. We're excited about being up here. We've heard about 3 or 4 big bulls, and we're just trying to get on them right now. So we got a lot of work ahead of us, but hope you enjoy it. Well, we just heard a bull about a couple hundred yards out here. We're getting ready to go out here and get set up on him.
We got on about 3 or 4 different bulls.
We got 3 different bulls bugling. We've rode around all morning long, wanting to get in the position that we're in, and now I think we're in a pretty good position. We got 3 bulls bugling, and we're just going to sit back and relax and see exactly where they're going, what they're doing.
They were bugling as hard as I've ever heard them. We got set up. Just never did come in. I guess they got with some cows and they fed off. Jack and I were hunting kind of the south end of the ranch. Made a lot of calls, and about midday I made a cow call, and all of a sudden here comes a super nice elk. I looked over at my father, and I thought that this elk looked a little bit deformed, but he actually had a double main beam. And I kind of waved off to my dad. I really didn't think I wanted him to shoot, but the closer that elk got, the bigger he looked. And so that elk actually came all the way up to myself where I was cow calling, and I had my dad a little bit to the left of me. That elk came all the way in to about 28 yards. And was working his way right towards my dad. My dad actually pulled back on this elk 3 different times, and he gets about 28 yards from my father. And my father, I knew at this point in time, when I called him off, he was not going to not shoot this elk. He made a pretty good shot, but I think that there was some malfunction there with his rest and his arrow, because he pulled it back 3 times. He missed the elk probably 10 yards, and so a little bit disappointed. The elk circled back around us. Thought I might get another chance for him to shoot, but he didn't. But we had a great encounter that morning. And after I said, "Why did you shoot that elk?" he said, "Son, I'm 79 years old. I've never shot an elk with my bow, and I'm getting ready to." Earlier that afternoon we put up a stand. I actually wanted to put the stand up kind of in the middle of the area where I could see the entire pond. And my father, who is a great hunter, he said, "Son, you need a lot of cover." So about midday we went ahead and put up a stand, and that afternoon, lo and behold, here he comes. And wow, was he a monster. One of the biggest elks I've ever encountered with a bow and arrow.
This segment of LongShot TV was brought to you in part by The Shack.
You don't just want a truck, you want a Judd Kuhn custom lift truck. In stock now at Judd Kuhn Chevrolet in Little River. 6-inch lifts, chrome wheels, real tree camo fender flares. And you can check them out at Judd Kuhn Chevrolet. Judd Kuhn's Build-A-Truck is the first choice for hunters, outdoor enthusiasts, and folks that just won't settle for second best. Come in to Judd Kuhn Chevrolet in Little River or call 877-977-8782 to schedule a test drive. Buildatruck.net.
Some of the best fishing is found right here off the coast of the Carolinas. Voyager deep sea fishing and dolphin cruises are located conveniently here in North Myrtle Beach. Voyager fishing fleet has 4 different vessels ranging from 44 to 100 feet and offer many different trips to fit any budget. Find us on the web at supervoyagerdeepseafishing.com or call us direct at 843-626-4900. Call and book your trip today.
One of the downsides of owning your own business here in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, is the odds are stacked against me. I know. It's only a matter of time before a disaster strikes again. That's the reason why I trust Tillman Insurance Agency.
Tillman Insurance is located at 905 2nd Avenue North here in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Check out the number below for any of your auto, home, business, life insurance needs.
Lo and behold, here he comes, and wow, was he a monster. One of the biggest elks I've ever encountered with a bow and arrow. He came within around 25 yards. He came right to the watering hole, and before I knew it, he was already drinking. And as I was videoing, I looked through, and I was actually on a solo hunt at this point in time, trying to shoot this elk with a video all at the same time. He drank for about 15 minutes. And so I got a lot of great footage of this elk, but when that wind switched back around, before you knew it, he was out of there. And wow, my heart just sank. If I would only pick the other tree.
Yesterday we had a couple great encounters. I had a big, huge bull came right underneath me and drank for about, I guess about 5 or 10 minutes. I got some good shot of him on my camera. Didn't get a great shot. The wind swirled around and he winded me. Had another bull and 2 cows and a calf come in. He just wasn't quite big enough for what I wanted, and this morning we're going to get to the top of the mountain here pretty soon and see what we can do with them.
We worked all morning long. Didn't really hear a lot of different elk bugling. Didn't really get set up on anything, and we're kind of anxious for our evening hunt. That evening, my cameraman Dave went with me, and we set up on that same pond.
You're watching LongShot TV. Did you touch that dial?
first encounter was a beautiful kind of a brownish blonde phase brown bear. It came in probably about 30 or 40 yards to us. The wind was really swirling around. He got out of there. And so with that in mind, we knew the wind was kind of blowing in that direction, and it wasn't about 15 minutes later, here comes another whole herd of elk. A pretty nice bull that was marginal to shoot, but I was really holding off for that big one. They came in, they drank, and I had a good shot at it at one point in time, but chose not to because I was really looking for that big elk. Well, the next morning we got up early, and my cameraman asked me earlier in the week, he said, "Chris, what about rain gear?" I said, "Well, Dave, it hasn't really rained here in about 5 years. It rained that morning at least 4 to 5 inches. They've never seen rain like that, and so we were kind of stuck at the ranch house figuring on what to do.
It hadn't rained since last year up here, but they probably got at least an inch of rain, so we can't get to the mountain. So this morning we're going to be eating some bacon and biscuits and gravy and eggs."
I thought to myself, well, the main thing that I think that we could possibly do is call up an old guide named Albert.
Today's one of our last days where we've had to call in the cavalry. Albert over here. Albert's been up on this farm for about how long?
Close to 30 years.
30 years. So he knows wherever elk is hiding.
We hunted hard for the next 2 days. Albert did as much as he possibly could, bugling and cow calling, and we just didn't have another encounter. But we had a great trip in New Mexico.
6 to 10 inches of rain in the last 2 to 3 days until Sunday. We got washed out. Had an incredible time. Met some great new friends. Got a lot of good stuff on video. And next time, when it comes to setting my stand, when I say I'm gonna set this thing right here, I'm gonna set it right there.
Why buy your next vehicle at Judd Kuhn Chevrolet? The Judd Kuhn Advantage, of course. You get a lifetime powertrain warranty. Other dealers will protect your interior and exterior for 5 years. Other dealers, you get free key replacement, free car washes, free lifetime tire rotations, and free courtesy shuttle service. Other dealers, plus you'll get an extra $500 for your trade. Judd's best value guarantee and Bird Dog Club. Other dealers just don't add up.
We are ATMC TV, Channel 3 and HD Channel 910, your community channel.
Where does he work?
AMC Wireless.